Okay, this is the let me pull up the material. Uh, this is so okay. I have these recorded. I have these recorded. I have these recorded. I have these recorded, and I have these recorded. BA chapter 1.2, 1.3. This is 1.2 over here. 1.3 now after this, and then 3.2 from algebra. Okay. Uh, 1.2 IGCSE, given arithmetic sequence, it's the same as 6.2 algebra. Okay, first term is minus 2, common difference 6, what's the 15th term? If it's an arithmetic sequence, remember this, the formula was an equals uh, a1 plus n minus 1 d. So if we want a 15, it equals minus 2, which is the first term, a1, plus 15 minus 1 times 6, and you get 82. What's the sum of the first 15 terms? The sum equals, let me go up a bit so you can see. The sum equals Sn equals n over 2 a1 plus an. So the sum of the first 15 terms equals 15 over 2 times a1, which is minus 2, plus a15, which is 82. We found it. And you get 600. Question 2, same thing. What's the 30th term? If we have first term minus 6, common difference 3, an equals a1 plus n minus 1 d. A30 equals a1, which is minus 6, plus n minus 1 d, يعني 30 minus 1 times 3. And you get, is this correct? Yeah, you get 81. You get 81. What's the sum of the first 30 terms? Sn equals n over 2 a1 plus an. So 30 over 2 times minus 6 plus 81, and you get 1125. Okay, now 1.2, like this is really easy. The questions here, like they're literally how many significant figures? Okay, I think everybody is able to count significant figures. Uh, the zeros to the left never count. Okay, they don't count. So you only start counting significant figures once you start, and once you see a non-zero number. So you start 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Um, with Here's one thing. This is the concept about minimums and maximums. Okay, this is a different minimum maximum to the one in IG. This is IG, but the one with the graphs, this is different. This minimum maximum has to do with the number. Once you estimate a number, okay, this is an estimate. So usually they'd ask you to find what's the range of values in between this number. So I'm gonna give you a few questions because I don't know why they only asked one question here. I'm gonna give you a question from me. If they say 2.74, okay, it's rounded to 3SF, right? They 1, 2, 3. It's 3SF. They tell you find the range. Find the range. So how I want to explain to you this number 2.74, it's an estimate, right? It's rounded. We have to know what's the exact value. So here's what you do. You put 2.74. This 2.74 has a maximum over here and it has a minimum. Okay, in case this comes written, this is less than or greater than or equal. This is only greater than. This is strict. This is greater than or equal. Like the line. You can only put it here. If you put it here, you get it wrong. المهم, uh, 2.74. You're gonna have a max and you're gonna have a min. I have a method to solve. The way I solve 2.74, any number. Okay. The first thing you do is find the maximum. How do you do it? You just add a 5. Okay, you add a 5 at the end. Okay, if it's 3 significant figures, that means your fourth significant figure, it should be a 5. So it should be 5. Then my other method is the second step is for the minimum. You take away 1 for this number. So it'll become 2.735. I'll give you another example. 3 point, this is a good one. 3.107. Okay, let's see. 3.10, actually, no. I'll put 107, 5. I'll put 3.10. Yeah, 3.10. And I'm gonna tell you this is rounded to 3 significant figures. Okay, type. What is gonna the range gonna be? The first thing, your fourth significant figure will be a 5. Okay, then this one you just take away 1. But you can't take away 1 from 0, so you have to take from the one beside it, right? That will be 3.095. Okay, that's how you do it. Other people, they do it is, let's say 2.74, yeah? What they do is, this 2.74, the last digit is in the hundredths, which is 1 over 100. But they take 1 over 100, okay, and they divide it by 2, because 1 for max, 1 for minimum. After you divide 1 over 100 by 2, you get 0.005, okay? What they do is they add it and they subtract it. Whatever way you want. If you add it, you're going to get 2.74, you get 2.745 over here, and when you subtract it, you get 2.735. So honestly, it depends on you. Another way I like doing it is this way. Okay, if you want, since it's used this way, there's nothing wrong with it. So let's see here. The number xe is an estimate. Okay, what's the largest possible difference between the exact value and the estimated value? Actually, we need to know the range. Okay, we need to know the range. 2.17 is this is 3SF, right? So let's find the range of it. 2.17 less than and greater than or equal. Obviously, the max will be 2.175. We add the 5 at the end. Then the minimum will be 2.165. You just take away 1 over here. This is your minimum, this is your maximum. Okay, this is my estimated value, yeah? What's the difference between these two? What's the difference? 0.005. What's the difference between these two? 0.005. So what's the largest possible difference between the exact value and the estimated value? The largest possible? 0.005. Okay? Because 2.17 times 2, as they 2.17 minus 2.165. Okay, question 3. How many significant figures are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question 4. Round this to the nearest gram. I think everybody knows how to round this to the nearest gram. You just 66.4 becomes 66. 5 is round to the nearest centigram. Okay, look. Here is gram. Here is decigram. Then here is centigram. Then here is milligram. Then here is whatever. No, centi is always the hundredths. It's always the hundredths. Yeah, I think this is grade 2 stuff, by the way. 2.17563. 1 is the tenths, 7 is the hundredths, 5 is the thousandths, this is the 10,000ths, and this is the 100,000ths. Okay, it's and this is old. This is really, really, really old stuff. Okay, for centigram is always the hundredths. Okay, it's the second one. This is here. So they want me to round 66.4764 to the nearest centigram. For 66.4764, it's going to become 66.48. Right? You round it, right? It becomes 66.48. Then I think the next question they say milligram. Yeah, milligram. For milligram, if this is deci, this is centi. This, milli is thousandth, huh? Thousandth. And this is milli, 6. For 66.4764. We want to round this. 4 is less than 5. It will stay at 66.476. Question 7. Okay, this is the kind of a tricky one. Height of a cylinder is 5, radius is 3. Okay, these are correct to one significant figure. The limits of accuracy of the volume, okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is a cylinder. We want the volume. Volume is pi r squared h, okay, of a cylinder. Type, here's the thing. We have a radius and the height, which are both estimated. We're gonna have two volumes. We're gonna have a minimum volume, we're gonna have a maximum volume. And for the minimum volume, we're gonna use the minimum radius and minimum height. For the maximum volume, we're gonna use the maximum radius and the maximum height. Okay, we have 5 and 3, right? 5 and 3. This is the height, this is the radius. They're gonna be less than and then greater than or equal than something. What we said, we agreed that to put a 0.5 for the maximum, right? So 0.5 is my maximum. Now for the minimum, we take away 1 from the one behind it. 5 becomes 4.5. 3 becomes 2.5. Okay, type. these are my limits of accuracy. So this is the minimum here, and this is the maximum. So we're gonna have the first volume. We're gonna call it volume maximum. We're gonna use the maximum radius and the maximum height. So it will be pi times r squared. So my radius is 3.5 squared times the height, which is 5.5, and then the volume minimum will be pi times 2.5 squared times 3.5 times 4.5, sorry, times 4.5. This is the minimum radius, minimum height. This is the maximum radius, maximum height. Okay, put this in a calculator. You're gonna get, for the minimum, 28.125 pi, and here you're gonna get 67.375 pi. Okay, and keep it in terms of pi. يعني if a calculator gives you decimal, just don't put pi, just multiply 3.5 squared times 5.5 and 2.5 squared times 4.5. المهم, let's continue. Question 8. Round this to 3 decimal places. Okay, this is 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place, 3 decimal place. It's going to come 0.021. Okay, pay attention. Decimal place and significant figure are not the same thing. Decimal place is how many spots after this decimal point. Significant figures is just how many numbers. So here 5 significant figures. If it was 5 decimal places, you'd round up till up till here. But since it's 5 significant figures, we don't take zeros to the left for significant figures. We start directly with a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's a 7 after it, which is greater than 5, but it will become 4 here. So 0.064284. That's it for this recording. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll post 3.2 now. Good luck.